welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the KBEAR KS2, which is their new budget offering. The KS2, you can see it here. It's kind of got a nice looking plastic translucent shell. The stems are actually kind of nice metal brass fittings. The cable itself is 4-core OFC copper, which is actually pretty nice for a budget offering. It's very similar to the KZ cable that looks just like this, but the connectors are actually TFZ, so they are squared on the corners instead of rounded like QDC like KZ uses. This is a hybrid, so it's a 1 dynamic driver, 1 balanced armature, and I think that kind of covers the basic specs of what it is. Right now on the AliExpress KBEAR official store who sent this to me, $22.85. It actually has a coupon for $3 off, but you can't use it because this is 15 cents too cheap at the moment. So as of right now, there's about 11 hours on this sale, and after that sale is over, you'll probably be able to use that coupon again. But I just wanted to point out it's about $22 today. I don't actually know what's going to be with a $3 off coupon because you can't really tell what it's going to go back to, but just wanted to throw that out there. That's what it is today. So it is their budget offering, but I do want to kind of point out kind of the 4 most important things that popped out to me when I tried it through my playlist. So number 1, it's got a very fun, engaging, bassy V sound. You got to be into V-shaped sounds to like this one. If you're looking for something more neutral, something perhaps more balanced, not going to find it with the KS2. It's very much a bass heavy V sound, and the bass heavy is actually, it's pretty up there. It's not bass head 100% certified, but if you're definitely looking for a V shape with kind of a heavier lower sound, it definitely fits that, and it almost sounds like kind of a traditional KZ of the past sound, where you've got that heavier bass and the treble is more polite than bright, and it very much follows that traditional sound. So the soundstage is almost like a cavern. It's huge, and at $20, I'm not sure I've tried anything that has anything as big as that. We're talking about, not only a wide soundstage, but it also feels really deep, and the height probably not as high, but you just get the sense that it's just really big, and it's very odd for $20 to find that big of a soundstage. So I thought that was super unique. And at the same time, I think the mids, between the V shape and this big soundstage, the mids almost sound a little small, a little stuck in the middle of a big cavern, like the band is sort of playing in this really big space and they're kind of being swallowed up in the space. And then you add that V shape with, kind of a little recessed mid sound, and the whole thing suffers in the mids just because of that. It's kind of hard to get around that with this V-shaped sound and this unique soundstage, which works amazing for the instruments, but the vocals can get swallowed up in such a big space without bringing them forward a little bit to fill up that space. They sound a little distant, a little recessed. So it's kind of a trade-off between hearing your music in this wide, great image space and then having the vocals not quite where I wanted them to be, but that's what it was. So number 4 is kind of an interesting one. So if you haven't tried any of these modern dynamic drivers, and for me, it almost goes back to the KBEAR Diamond, was sort of or maybe even the Urban Fun. They both had this really tight, really fast dynamic driver. And on the Diamond, I think that was DLC, the Urban Fun, Beryllium. But then, the Blonde BL05 kind of had the same. This is sort of the new Blonde, tighter, faster dynamic driver. And I'm not sure it actually uses a coating or not. It probably does, just to get that speed. But when I said it's kind of a throwback to KZ, it probably fixes, one of the major complaints about KZ at the time was they had this kind of slower, mushier bass, and then if you try one of these more modern dynamic drivers, you realize how fast they are and tight they are. And even on this guy at $20 compared to the 05 and some of the other newer ones, which have this really tight shape on the bass, this is not quite there, but it's at $20 and it gives you a taste of what those others actually sound like. So I thought that was pretty unique. I'm not sure anyone else has actually gotten one of these tighter, faster drivers down to this price level. So I thought that was, yet another unique thing about the KS2. And I think some people are going to ask themselves, well, it's $20, it's got this V-shaped, it's bassy. Did we really need another one of, these guys that fit that mold? And so I think when I went down the list, I sort of said, yeah, it is similar, but between the soundstage and this modern dynamic driver, it does offer something that you don't quite find anywhere else at this price right now. I imagine other things are going to come down into market that do something similar. The KZ ZSTX is kind of on my list of things that will probably hit that same mark as far as having a big soundstage, a high soundstage, and a fast dynamic driver as well. But as of right now, I think just to answer the question as to why people would look at the KS2, I think it does have a few unique things that you aren't finding anywhere else, and worth a look if you got in the market for a budget. As I said, I've been reviewing KBEARs for a while, like the F1, the 06, the 04, the Diamond, so kind of a fan. So I was excited to get it and excited to tell you guys about it. So that's about it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.